Hello everyone. In today's video lecture, we are going to discuss about what is mean by ISDN. That is Integrated Services Digital Network. Okay, so these are a set of the communication standards for simultaneous digital transmission of voice, video, data and other network services over the traditional circuits of the public switch telephone network. So here before Integrated Services Digital Network, that is ISDN, here the telephone system was seen as a way to transmit voice with some special services available for data. Okay, so here the basic main feature of this ISDN is that it can integrate speech and data on the same lines, okay, which were not available in the classic telephone system. So this ISDN is a circuit switched telephone network system, but it also provides access to packet switch network that allows the digital transmission of voice and data. So here this results in potentially better voice or data quality than an analog phone can provide. Okay, so this will provide a packet switch connection for data in increments of 64 kilobit per second. That is we can say 64 kb per second. Okay, so here it provided a maximum of 128 kilobits per second bandwidth in both upstream and downstream directions. Okay, so here a greater data rate was achieved through the channel bonding. So generally this ISDN B channels of 3 or 4 BRIs are bonded. Okay, so here this OSI model, we know that this ISDN is employed as the network in data link and physical layers, but commonly ISDN is often limited to uses to Q931 and related protocols. Okay, so these protocols introduced in 1986 are a set of signaling protocols which are establishing and breaking circuit switched connections and for advanced calling features for the user. So this ISDN will provide the simultaneous voice, video and text transmission between individual desktop video conferencing systems and group video conferencing systems. So let us see what are the ISDN interfaces. Okay, so here the following are the interfaces of ISDN. So the first is BRI, that is basic rate interface. Okay, so there are two data bearing channels and one signaling channel, that is D channel. Okay, and the two data bearing channel are nothing but B channels. Okay, so here the B channels operate at maximum of 64 kbps. Okay, and while this D channel will operate at a maximum of 60 kilobit per second. So here the two channels are independent of each other. For example, one channel is used as a TCP/IP connection to a location, while the other channel is used to send a fax to the remote location. So in I series, ISDN supports basic rate interface, that is BRI. So this basic rate interface BRI specifies a digital pipe consisting two B channels of 64 kbps each and one D channel of 16 kbps. Okay, so this equals a speed of 144 kbps. So in addition, the BRI service itself requires an operating overhead of 48 kilobit per second. So therefore, a digital pipe of 192 kbps is required. Then second interface is there, that is primary rate interface, that is PRI. So basically this PRI consists of the D channel, either 23 or 30 B channels depending on the country you are in. So here this PRI is not supported on the I series. So this digital pipe with 23 B channels and 164 kbps D channel is present in the usual primary rate interface, that is PRI. So here 23 B channels of 64 kbps each and one D channel of 64 kbps which is equal to 1.536 Mbps. So here this PRI service uses 8 kilobit per second of overhead also. So therefore this PRI requires the digital pipe of 1.544 megabit per second. Then after that, here third type of interface is there, that is a broadband ISDN, or we can say BISDN. So this narrowband ISDN has been designed to operate over the current communications infrastructure. Okay, here this broadband BISDN is heavily dependent on the copper cable. Okay, and however this BISDN relies mainly on the evolution of fiber optics. So according to the CCITT BISDN, so here this BISDN is the best described as a service requiring transmission channels capable for the supporting rates greater than the primary rate. Okay, so these are the three interfaces for the ISDN. The first is BRI, that is a basic rate interface. Then second is PRI, that is primary rate interface, and last is broadband ISDN, that is BISDN. Then after that we are going to study here the services which are provided by ISDN. Okay, so basically this ISDN provides the fully integrated digital service to users. So these services fall into three categories. First is the bearer services, second is the tele services, and third is the supplementary services. So let us see first bearer services. So here the transfer of information, that is we can transfer here voice, data and video between users without the network manipulating the content of the information is provided by the bearer network. So there is no need for the network to process the information, and therefore does not change the content. So this bearer services belong to the first three layers of the OSI model. Okay, so that is they are well defined in the ISDN standard. So they can be provided using the circuit switched, packet switched, frame switched, or the cell switched network. Okay, so this is nothing but what bearer services. Second is the tele services. So in this type services, what happened here, the network may change or process the content of the data. So these services corresponds to layer 4 to 7 of this OSI model. Okay, so this tele services rely on the facilities of the bearer services and are designed to accommodate the complex user needs. So here the user need not to be aware of the details of the process. So here simply this tele services includes the telephony, teletext, telefax, video text, or telex we can say, and teleconferencing. So here though the ISDN define these services by name, yet they have not yet become standards. Okay, so there is a third type of service, that is supplementary service. So this additionally functionality to the bearer service and tele services are provided by supplementary services. So here reverse charging, call waiting, and message handling are the examples of supplementary services which are all familiar with the today's telephone company services. Okay, then after that let us see what is the principle of ISDN. So here the ISDN network is basically work on the standard defined by ITU. Okay, so we know that this ITU means what? International Telecommunication Union. Okay, so this ITUT which is formerly CCITT. So here this telecommunication standardization sector, that is ITUT, coordinates standards for telecommunications on behalf of the International Telecommunication Union, and it is based in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, so the various principles of ISDN as per ITUT recommendations are: the first principle is here to support switched and non-switched application. Second principle is that here to support voice and non-voice applications. Then third is reliance on 64 kbps connections. Then fourth is intelligence in the network. Then fifth type of principle is layered protocol architecture, and last is variety of configurations. Okay, so these are the principles or we can say there are some recommendations in ITU, and that is International Telecommunication Union standard. Okay, So this is all about our today's session. I hope you will like and enjoy. We will stop here with motivational quote. Today's motivational quote for you is, the best project you will ever work on is you. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.